Hello, Lifestyle by Marla
and Website Renegade and Lifestyle by Marla. Hey, I'm Joe, or Sanjo, for those of you who are family and know me or have an issue with me breaking apart my name like that. So it's Joe for all of you out there. Welcome to another episode of PTSD and how to live life and how to deal with it, right?
Today we're going to be talking about conflict resolution. Yeah, and this is not just for people with PTSD or couples with PTSD or anybody that's been, in that frame of mind. It is for everybody, actually, because we all have conflict in our life, right? Right.
As a matter of fact, we are going to give you an example of conflict resolution because we just had one.
We did.
To even get here to talk to you, you were the conflict. The conflict was talking to you.
It's true.
How did we resolve that? What was it all about? Was it that serious? Okay, so we're gonna wing it. All right. So usually I have some points out there that I want to make sure I cover. This time we don't.
I never have.
We're pretty good on our toes. You might not even notice. You might think, oh, this was an agenda written out already.
Which is why I'm wondering why he's even bringing this up, that he doesn't have notes.
Because I like notes.
It doesn't even matter.
I like direction.
It doesn't even matter.
See, that bothers me. Conflict. That bothers me. That is one of those things that just like, you need to have a plan. I am military bound, structured, geared, raised. I have gone through 13 weeks of Marine Corps boot camp and 9 years of military service that's been pounded into me. And before that, my dad, what's your 3 to 5 year plan? What's your 5 to 15
So we're going to back
plan,
it
son?
up, though, because we're washing the dishes from breakfast, right? And he's like, oh, we just did our devotion. And he's like, oh, we need to do our video. Like, okay, I have makeup from yesterday running down my face, like all over. I literally have like the first wake up look, like, that lasts for a couple hours for me, okay? So I was like, can I like do something to make it look like I'm at least like present, like here? And he's like, well, and I was like, no, like I need to do this. So I go upstairs and wash my face and at least get myself a little bit together, right? And I come down, I'm like, hey, are you ready for the video? He's like, no, I'm not ready for the video. He made a plan in the time that I washed my face that he was going to do something else. I was like, what is happening here? Have you ever had that moment where you're just like, what is happening here? Why are we in such bad strife? Or why are we,
Okay, well, that was a woman's version, right? Because
I am a woman, thank you.
There's two sides to every statement, conflict, resolution, whatever you want to call it, all right? So Marla skipped a bunch over these little details that I find very important in the storytelling atmosphere. Because I want you to be well informed, so that way when you judge me with all the facts, okay? So, so she's doing the dishes like she says, right? And I mentioned, hey, we get into this conversation because we just got done doing our devotions. But we believe that engaging and dealing with our spiritual side of a life, in our life, God is our structure. And that's how we live our life. We do a devotion every single day with the kids, with each other, individually. Right. So there's like 3 devotions going on throughout the day. Or throughout the morning anyways. So she's over there. She's like, we just got done with our devotion. We get into an inspired conversation, and our conversation just kind of bubble out everywhere. It's an enjoyment. It's like sitting and having tea and coffee with a friend.
But when Sanjo's inspired, boom, he wants it now. He wants it to happen right then, right there. He's like, okay, let's come over here and just do a video. I'm like,
all right,
but my face, like, do you see how I look? Like, oh.
I dropped the kids off. Okay, I have this expectation, like unspoken. Actually, it is spoken, but it's not whatever. So I'm like, okay, she's not ready, right?
Did you ask me?
No, I didn't.
Did
It's
you ask me
unspoken.
before I was ready?
No. It's unspoken. That's why I said it's unspoken expectations will always lead to disaster, right? But I'm thinking I'll be nice. Usually Marla takes the kids to school in the morning, and I stay home. I deal with Dio, and I start the dishes, right? I clean up from breakfast. Usually the scenario, right? But the last couple of days, and I'm like, whatever. She's obviously not ready to go out. It's cold outside. It's freezing.
Thank you for realizing.
Right? All right. So I'm like, screw it. I'll go ahead and do it. My kids like it when I take them to school anyways. We get a little talk, expectations set, beautiful. Now, we don't live far away from school, so don't get it twisted. So there's really no time for her to do what I would have expected her to do.
Thank you for saying
all right?
that.
But
thank you for saying that.
it doesn't mean she can't be moving like lightning to get that stuff done. Okay? When I come back home, she's in the same exact spot.
Eating my eggs. Yes.
that I left her in. Nothing has changed, right? So I'm like, okay, well, I guess this is just mine. Whatever, right? So anyways, I didn't tell her that. We come back home. We're over here. We're doing our thing. We're talking. I get inspired. I'm like, hey, we didn't do the video on Monday, right? So let's go ahead and do it today because it's really a good conversation topic. She comes to me, she's like, well, babe, it sounds nice. I'm understanding how women fight right now, or argue or give jobs, whatever. She's like, well, babe, I don't look okay. I don't look presentable. I'm like, you are beautiful. You're fine, right? I'm encouraging her, right?
This is what he said. You just need to learn how to love yourself. Okay, just because I want to look presentable for you, I want to look not like a cat just got stuck in my hair and ripped down my eyes and my mascara. I want to look a little bit more awake than what I did. And he comes at me with, you just need to love yourself. You need to learn how to. Okay, because I don't love myself.
Listen, it's confidence, all right? I wake out of bed. I don't care what people think of me, or even if they have an issue with how I look. I'm confident with how I am. I'm confident with the way I look.
I would be
this is
confident
natural. Maybe splash some water in your face to wake your eyes up.
I would be confident too. I'm okay. I don't care if you guys don't like me that way, or don't like my bun, or I don't care. But what I do care about is me and how I was not feeling that confident in myself at that point in time.
Hence, love yourself.
Oh,
all right. But here's the thing. I say that to her, and she turns around and is like, but babe, you're amazing. You just wake up and you're perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So the same exact thing I say is what she says to me, and yet there's a problem with her. I don't understand, but she could say it to me, and I'm supposed to just get it, right? So I'm like, this doesn't make sense to me, right? And she's like, well, I'm not ready, and blah, blah, blah. And she gives me a bunch of these reasons. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm thinking this is not even a fighting matter. It's not even worth fighting and arguing about it. It can't happen. She's not ready to have it happen. The expectation thing that I had this morning that I didn't tell her, it's called unspoken. She also had an unspoken expectation, such as, hey, I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to get myself ready.
Communication.
None.
I was like, okay, so he thought I was going upstairs to get ready for my workout, which I still have not done, but I will get it in. And I'm actually upstairs washing my face and putting concealer under my eyes. Okay?
To make yourself look pretty for you.
No, not to make myself look pretty for you. To make myself feel better that I can be in front of you guys.
First of all, makeup for workout does not make sense. I just usually these things come in, I hold on to it. That's PTSD. We have a hard time letting go of things that don't make sense. Let me hear all my women
thank the Lord for concealer. Thank you, Jesus, for some concealer under these eyes. Yes.
The art of assassination is first established through makeup.
I come downstairs.
Hiding your identity.
I come downstairs and I'm like, hey, Sanjo, let's go ahead and do this video, okay? And he's like, no. I'm not ready.
Not like that, but whatever, however it translates. I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't want. I already got plans, babe. Because she told me no. That's where we left it at, right? I'm not arguing. She went and did her thing. I'm now okay. Well, if this can't happen, I got something else that goes in this place. I'm gonna be productive, right? Woo, yay, thumbs up. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm sitting figuring things out. She's upstairs. I have no idea she's upstairs. Okay, mind you.
He
Okay,
probably thought I was having a little fit, but I wasn't.
Maybe she was. I'm like, you know what? It's do you, boo boo. And when you figure yourself out, come back downstairs. Whatever. You already. And then, but she before she went upstairs, like my plans for the day, because she was talking to her wonderful sisters. Like my plans for the day is this. She didn't tell me
He
her
was all
plans.
mad at
Yeah,
her
I was
about
mad.
my plans.
That's two conflicts, right? I was mad because I didn't even know her plan of the day, but her sister right there is telling me. She's like, "So what are you planning for the day?" She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, this, this." And
I was making it up as I went along, okay?
That's fine, but I didn't have any plan. I didn't have any makeup along the way. Period. Like it was like, "Hey, we're doing devotions." Yes, and that's it. That's all I got. Her sister calls. Here's my plans for the day. There's the list.
Anyways, when he came out of the bathroom, I said, "Hey, you want to do this?" He said, "No, I don't want to because I have plans now." And I said, "Okay, well, I need to apologize."
Not like that, because that would have turned me off.
I
Because
said,
she's just being funny.
I said, "I would like to apologize to you."
Conflict resolution. Step one.
Boom. Boom. Okay.
Step one.
I said, "I would like to apologize to you. I shouldn't have said that I don't want to do it, period. I should have said, give me a couple minutes while I go fix my face so I could come back down here and we could do the video."
Let's make out
That's
right
what
now.
I should have.
Let's make out right now. Oh my.
No!
That is so hot. All right.
It's just a matter, conflict resolution. Number one, owning it.
Thank you.
Owning it. You have got to be the bigger person sometimes. Not that you're a small person. Okay? You're not a small person. But you got to be the bigger person sometimes. And you got to own your stuff. You've got to stop letting pride get in the way. You've got to stop letting pride tear you apart just because deep down inside, you know you did something wrong, but you're not going to say it. And then he's thinking, well, she never does anything wrong. And she always thinks that. You got to own it. You got to say, okay, you know what? I should have said something a little different here. I'm sorry. Will you please forgive me? When you own it, it shows that person, okay, you know what? Like, I can work with this. When he owns up to something, it's like, wow. Like, it's just reassures my heart knowing that, like, I can give him grace. Like, I'm going to give him grace in that moment because he's actually owning up to what he did. And then it actually softens the heart and softens the atmosphere.
Hence the reason we are sitting here doing it at this time. Because I could resist it. All right. If that apology had not happened, although I wasn't looking for it, I'll be honest with you. I was not looking
I don't apologize.
for the apology.
I'm telling you, it's very difficult for me to apologize. I have a really hard time. Close your ears.
We got that on video.
Close your ears.
We got it on video. I'm going to see a victory. I'm going to see a victory. I sing it this Sunday and it's happening this Friday.
I have a very hard time apologizing because I don't do anything wrong. No, I do a lot of stuff wrong. But it's just that pride in me.
I just stepped into the twilight zone. Is this happening?
It's that pride. I've got a lot of pride, okay? And as I'm sure none of you have pride ever at all. It's just me, right? No, probably. We all have issues, right?
Yes. Yes, Lord. We have issues.
So it's important to let the pride fall down and own up to what you could have done a little differently. Like, a lot of us are walking around just like what am I trying? Like spark plugs, just like
ready to ignite.
Like a room full of gas, and a lot of your relationships are just like
waiting for that spark.
Waiting for the spark. Yeah, and it's just it's because there's not ownership. It's because you think he does everything wrong when really you need to own up to some stuff that you've done, and he thinks you do everything wrong and he doesn't own up to things. Y'all need to start owning up. Okay, let's own up to what we are doing and what we're facing. We're gonna do a part 2 of this conflict resolution because we don't want our videos to be too crazy long. But that's number 1. Owning up, okay? Own up to what you're doing. Own up to those little things, those little moments. Even if, like, I don't know, what's a good like little thing? What's something I do that totally irritates the mess out of you?
Not cleaning up the stove after you cook something.
Okay.
You know that marriage counseling thing?
But I do.
You know that marriage counseling thing that they say, is there anything you'd like to change about your spouse? I don't have a hesitation. Listen, honesty may hurt. It may not. It is the best policy, but it is very hurtful sometimes. But those people are like, "Oh no, I wouldn't change anything about you." But then right here is a list of things to think about. I wouldn't change anything. Basically, it's really yeah. Like, well, I'm like 1, the way you snore at night. 2, your coldness is on you rubbing your freezing cold hands on me.
It's that time of year. Yeah.
All right, but seriously though, it's the little things, and we will end this video very shortly. I promise you. We're starting to have fun. We're getting our steams going, but when you admit or take ownership of something, what you did for that other person is you just released them of this burden that they're carrying, that cloud over their eyes, right? And once that's like a endorphin release that oh my God, I love you so much. That moment that you feel there was because that person just took it.
Right.
And you expected them to, you already put the blame on them. You expected that to happen anyways. But when they did it on their own without you saying anything, it's like, I'll do anything.
Right.
You know, sure. You know what? I had plans. Screw the plans. Screw them. I got PTSD people. I'm very rigid thinking. And she said that, I'm like, what do you want? You know what? Let's make a baby.
Oh, you're a mess.
This is the moment.
Not only does it soften the atmosphere and obviously his heart and other things, it actually, when your kids hear you apologize, they realize number 1, how to apologize. They hear mom and dad apologizing, they're like, wow, mom and dad even makes mistakes, and they apologize for them. It creates that atmosphere in your children to apologize when they do wrong things. Don't be the kind of person that thinks your child never does wrong things, okay? Teach your child how to apologize. Teach them that it's necessary to apologize when they do something wrong. And it doesn't have to be a big blow-up thing. Just even the smallest things. Teach them how to apologize to each other, to their teachers, to their friends, to their family. Teaches them how to apologize.
All right. So, hey, that concludes part 1 of this conflict resolution.
Yes.
I love the fact that we were able to do a little story, give you a little background. But next time, we're going to dive a little deeper into different types of things and expectations along the way. But remember, like step 1, that's a big step. You can spend the rest of your life on this.
That's your only step today.
Yeah.
Own it.
Just own it. All right? And remember, put God first. Come back here shortly. We will go ahead and send another video up to complete this task. All right? So, have a great day.
Have a happy weekend.
And goodbye.
Bye.